Let's compare an Ultrasabers Apprentice V4 with Obsidian Lite sound to a Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Rey Jedi Training Force FX lightsaber. So both of these sabers are right around the same price. It kind of depends on where you get them and at what time you get them. The Apprentice V4 by Ultrasabers with Obsidian Lite sound retails for $159.99, but you can easily increase that price pretty quickly with different add-ons. At the same time, Ultrasabers will often have sales where you could get the saber for 10 to 15% off depending on the timing. Now, the Hasbro The Black Series Rey Jedi Training Saber, that retails for around $175, but you can sometimes find it cheaper. Now, the availability of this saber kind of depends. It can sometimes be a bit hard to get this one. So that's something to look at. Ultrasabers is not an official lightsaber company, and Hasbro is an official lightsaber company. They're the ones who currently make the Force FX lightsabers like this one. So with the Apprentice V4, you can choose a lot of things. So you can choose the blade color, you can choose different switches, you can choose different pommels. The pommel is MHS compatible. And you could also select a variety of lightsaber hilt models for kind of around the same price as well. Versus the Rey Jedi Training Saber, this is just the hilt. You have no customization options. It's going to have the blue LED and nothing here. You can't really change anything here. You could opt to get one of the different Force FX lightsabers like the Kylo Ren saber or the Obi-Wan, Luke, etc. And also, okay, as far as dueling goes, so the Ultrasabers lightsaber, you can duel with it. You probably will want to get a dueling grade blade, which is kind of a thicker blade for the saber. You can upgrade to that. The Rey Jedi Training Saber is not dual worthy. The only way it would be dual worthy is if you convert the saber into a dual worthy saber, which takes some money and you have to kind of change the blade out, because the problem is the Rey Jedi Training Saber has a string blade, so all of the LEDs are inside the blade itself, and that's a little bit fragile. So if you're looking for dueling, you probably would go with Ultrasabers if you're choosing between the two, although you can convert the Rey Jedi Training Saber into a dual-worthy saber. So you can look at that. Okay, so flash on clash. A lot of people want flash on clash. That means the blade color will change briefly upon impact. And neither of these sabers come with flash on clash. So the Rey Jedi Training Saber just doesn't have it at all. With Ultrasabers, the default is to not have flash on clash. If you want to add that to your saber, it will be $35. Sometimes Ultrasabers will have promotions where they offer flash and clash for a cheaper price. So you could save, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks, I think, depending on the sale or the promotion that they're having. The Ultrasabers, all of the kind of basic sound sabers that they sell run on 4 AAA batteries, and that's the only battery configuration for Obsidian lightsabers. And the Rey Jedi Training Saber runs on 3 AA batteries. And by the way, the batteries are not included for the Rey Jedi Training Saber. Batteries are included for the Ultrasabers lightsaber. So let's see. Another thing I did mention briefly, the pommel on the Ultrasabers lightsaber is removable. So on the Apprentice V4, and you could swap it out with a variety of Ultrasabers pommels and a variety of MHS pommels from the custom saber shop. The pommel for Rey Jedi Training, this is just the one that you get. It does have a D-ring on the bottom, so that kind of leads me to the next thing. You could, in theory, wear this, but since the blade isn't removable on the Rey Jedi Training Saber, it's a little awkward. I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend it unless you do a conversion where you can remove the blade. Now for the Apprentice V4, so Ultrasabers, these kind of lower end lightsabers like this, don't come standard with a cover tech wheel, but you can add that onto your saber on your Ultrasabers order. It's an additional $14, and then you'd get a cover tech clip, and that would make your lightsaber wearable. And the key part is you're able to remove the blade, so it's a lot more comfortable just to wear the hilt rather than the hilt combined with the blade. That's pretty darn clunky. Okay, now with the stand, both of these, well, this saber, the Rey Jedi Training, comes with a stand. So here's the stand for that. It's included in the box. Ultrasabers offers a stand kind of as an upgrade or an additional thing you can add on, and it's for 13 bucks or so. We're getting down to the end. So I talked about how wearable it is, all that. Okay, another thing both these sabers have in common is neither of them have a mute function, which is a little unfortunate because I think it's kind of nice to be able to use a saber without the sound sometimes, but neither of these sabers give you that option. If you do go with Ultrasabers, you can get one of their more premium sound sabers, and those would have a mute option, but not basic sound. Basic sound is very basic, and the sounds with the Rey Jedi Training, additionally, that's very basic, and you have no mute option. So let me turn them on for you. I know you've been waiting for that. I just didn't have them on throughout the video because the sound would be a little overwhelming. So I'll go with the Ultrasabers one first, the Apprentice V4, and let's listen to some of the sounds. And this is a fire orange LED, by the way. So it has a few different sounds when you wave it around. And there's the clashing sound. There's a lock-up sound if I tap that button. And then I tap it again to turn it off. And that's the turn off sound. And also, by the way, there's no mute function, and there's also no volume control on either of these sabers. So here's the Rey Jedi Training in action. You can hear the sound is a little different. Also has different wave around sound. And the activation box is right here. So that's kind of another difference between the two sabers. The Ultrasabers lightsaber has a button right here. You can choose between a guarded switch and an AV switch, and there are a few different color options and such, but with this one you just slide up this piece to activate the saber. So I guess the final thought is on the blade, which if you get one of the kind of apprentice or initiate sabers by Ultrasabers, the blade it will come with is a 24-inch blade, which is, you can see here, it's a little bit short. If you want a longer blade, you can pay a little extra to get a 32 or a 36-inch blade, which would be a longer, kind of more standard length. Now with the Rey Jedi Training saber, well, the length of the hilt and the blade in total is 43 inches, and the blade itself is about 33, so it's already full size for you. But as I said, this blade is not removable, unfortunately, so you're just kind of stuck with it unless you do a conversion yourself or send it away for someone else to convert it. So that's just kind of a quick comparison between these two sabers. And with Ultrasabers, I'm just using this Apprentice V4 kind of as an example. It's one of their more affordable sound sabers, but they offer a variety, Ultrasabers does, they offer a variety of sabers kind of within that price range, a little under $200 or so, and various kind of hilt models. And you could also go for a $200 mystery box saber from them as well. And again, the price point for Rey Jedi Training is around $175. It could be cheaper, it really depends on who you're buying it from, but you do have some availability issues sometimes. So that's just kind of a quick summary of these two sabers and their companies, and it must be time to go because the camera is blurring everything at the end. We'll see you later.